Hello again, Model World. It's Terry coming to you from Model Car Body Shop. This video is a twofer, so to speak. It is a update on the group build for the 50s, 60s Steelies and Whitewalls. Hosted by JT over at I Need My Garage Time. So that actually started yesterday. Today's September 2nd. So I got the 62 Bel Air and primer. So what I mean by a 2-4 is it's basically an update. My first one, as far as the build on this. I've done the body work. I trimmed body lines and different things. Got that looking pretty good. Really, this kit was in great condition. Not a lot of work to do to it before priming it. So got the body and the hood and primer. So, but the other part is a tutorial on priming, which I've already primed, so maybe it's not a tutorial on priming, but what I've done is I primed this with a 2K aerosol primer, 2 coats of the gray, and then 1 coat of the black. And the reason I did the black, I'm using that as a guide coat, because I'm going to wet sand this in this bucket of water I have here with a little bit of Dawn in it. And what I'm hoping to achieve with the black over the gray is to use this black as a guide coat, so it shows me any imperfections that I may have missed, and I can correct that before it goes to paint. So it's the first time I've done this on a model car. Doing it on a real car is pretty common. So anyway, I'm going to use this little pail of water. I've got some sanding pads, and it says microfine P1200, P1500. So not sure which one it is. Cross between both of them, I guess. But either way, that's what I'm going to use to wet sand this. So let's get started. We'll get started on the roof. And see how much it takes to get through. Well, not too much. I don't want to bore you with wet sanding the whole car, but we get to the interesting part, and then we'll take a break and then go back to it, maybe. So you can kind of see a little bit of lines there, but it's sanding pretty smooth. I like to sand in a circular motion when it's possible. So now you can see the gray, see a little white from the plastic. So I'm needing to sand a little bit over on this corner. Use the right side, stupid. And get that down. But like I say, I do this, or used to do it all the time, on real cars when you're sanding it for your body work. To make sure you're getting it good and straight, you use a guide coat. And they actually make a powder form of it, but I didn't want to try something on a model car that I wasn't sure of, so I just decided to use the black primer as a guide coat. And I think it's going to achieve my desired goal and act as a primer at the same time. So I'm not going to sit here and sand the whole car on camera. I am going to sand the whole car, get it dried off, and then I will come back and we'll take a look at the results at that point. So I'm about halfway through with the sanding. I really like this concept. Really, you can tell where you didn't sand as good as other places you did. Now on the top of these quarters here at the roof, these lines were still showing up. I thought I had them sanded out initially on both sides, and they weren't, so I had to sand it pretty hard through there. But they're gone now. I think it'll be fine. But I like the using the gray primer with the black guide coat primer. I can really tell where I've sanded the most and where I haven't. So I'm going to finish this up, and I'm going to use this technique again. And I've got 4 different colors. I've got the gray and the black, also have white and the red primer. So you don't have to go with the gray with the black for this concept. You can do whatever colors you choose. You know, I always suggest, based on the color you're going to paint the vehicle, try to use a primer that's relatively matching that on the underneath. And that way it doesn't affect the outcome of the actual color you're going to put on it. So I'm going to finish wet sanding this, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. So I've got the body sanded. Just taking a soft toothbrush here and kind of cleaning up a little bit. What I wanted to show you, I'm real happy with the way this turned out as far as using the black primer for a guide coat. Really helped determine where if any, there was any issues. Makes it really easy to see. For example, the hood is not completely done yet, but you can see a line across this hood, right across here. See if I can get it in. I don't know how well that's focusing, but anyway, it really shows up good. So I'm going to do a little more sanding on that, and that should sand out. But you can see the black, so it kind of indicates that there is, was a little dip there. So I like the concept. I'm sure I'll be using it again. Also, I mentioned that I was using aerosol 2K primer, but you can do this with obviously with an airbrush as well. However, you're going to be cleaning out your airbrush to use a different color in it, and that's a little bit of work. So, but yeah, just depends on. It might be worth a try. You may like it. You may say, yeah, there's no benefit to me. But I kind of like the concept, so I'll be doing it again. So I'm going to finish up this hood, get it cleaned up, dried up, and then when it's dry and done, I'll finish up this video. So there's the final of the sanding the primer with the 1200, 1500, whichever it was. I think it turned out good. I really like the guide coat theory. One thing I did want to mention, if y'all watched the video on my 84 Mustang Anniversary Edition, at one point I made a comment about cutting out the little notch in the quarter panel so you could open the gas door lid, because that model didn't have that. So I did do that on it, and when I do the update on that build, I'll show you what I did there. But this model kit actually has that already in the kit, or in the mold. So I thought that's pretty cool when I saw that. So far this has been a really fun kit. Can't wait to get paint on it. I'm going to do the roof in white, and then the body, I think, in a gold of some kind. So we'll see how it turns out. Thanks for watching.